Most people think they already know all the useful kitchen tricks until they see these. Crispy bacon cups, surprisingly clever food hacks, and one simple trick that can completely change the way you cook at home. And honestly, at least one of these ideas will probably make you say, "Why didn't I know this sooner?" Let's start with a recipe that looks fun, tastes amazing, and is much easier than it seems. First, take a regular muffin tray and place a small foil baking cup into each section. They fit perfectly and make cleanup much easier later. Now for the first layer, we're using bacon. Gently press one slice into each cup, shaping it into a little bowl. As it cooks, the bacon becomes slightly crispy around the edges while holding all the delicious filling inside. Next comes the ingredient that makes these little bites look so cheerful and inviting: canned corn. After draining it well, spoon about 1 tablespoon into each cup. The bright golden kernels instantly make everything look more colorful. Honestly, it's hard not to smile when you see them. They really do fill the cups with sunshine. And finally, mozzarella cheese. Don't be shy here. Add a generous handful on top of each cup. As the cheese melts, it covers everything in a creamy layer that turns beautifully golden in the oven. Place the tray into a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius and bake for about 10 minutes. When they come out, the smell is absolutely incredible. The bacon is lightly crisp, the corn stays juicy and sweet, and the mozzarella stretches with every bite. These little snacks are warm, cheesy, golden, and deeply satisfying. Perfect for family gatherings, movie nights, or those moments when you just want something comforting without spending hours in the kitchen. Now that we've finished a warm and comforting cooking idea, let me show you a fruit tip that's just as interesting. There's probably a pineapple sitting in someone's refrigerator right now that nobody wants to touch. Not because it isn't delicious, but because peeling a pineapple feels like too much work. Those tough eyes, the thick skin, the sticky juice everywhere. It's enough to make most people give up before they even start. But don't worry. First, remove the leafy top, then cut the pineapple in half lengthwise. Place 1/2 flat side down on the cutting board so it stays stable. Now take a close look at the pineapple. You'll notice the eyes naturally form diagonal diamond-shaped lines across the fruit. Instead of trying to peel the whole thing, simply cut along those diagonal lines. Follow the natural shape of the pineapple. Gently lift it up with your fingers, and just like that, you have a perfect bite-sized piece ready to eat. The best part is you don't even need to fully peel the pineapple. Just bite the sweet fruit directly off the piece and leave the tough center behind in your hand. Once people learn this trick, pineapples suddenly disappear from the fridge much faster. By the way, have you ever tried eating pineapple like this before, or do you still peel it the traditional way? Let me know in the comments. After enjoying the pineapple, you'll probably notice a few small pieces still left around the edges. Most people throw them away, but don't worry, we're going to use every little bit, even the smallest scraps. First, trim away the tough pineapple eyes and place the leftover fruit into a bowl. gently release the fresh pineapple juice. It may not look like much, but this little bit of juice is surprisingly useful in the kitchen. Many people don't realize that fresh pineapple juice can help tenderize meat naturally. Pineapple contains enzymes that gently soften the texture, helping the meat stay juicy instead of dry. Now, let's prepare the meat. Season it first with a little salt ground coriander and black pepper. Then use your hands to massage the seasonings into the meat thoroughly. Take your time here so the flavor reaches every surface. Next, pour in the pineapple juice. You only need a small amount. Too much can overpower the meat, but just a little is enough to help keep it tender and moist while cooking. Turn the meat over a few times so the juice reaches every corner. Then, let it marinate for about 30 minutes. After that, place the meat into the air fryer and cook at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes. As it cooks, the outside develops a beautiful deep golden color, while the inside stays juicy and soft. The moment you slice into it, you can immediately feel how tender the meat has become. It cuts easily, and the texture stays moist without drying out. It's amazing how something as simple as leftover pineapple juice can make such a noticeable difference. Have you ever used fruit to marinate meat before, or is this your first time hearing about this trick? Let me know in the comments. And even after using the pineapple juice, there's still one more thing you can save the pineapple peel. Most people throw it away immediately, but the peel actually has a wonderfully sweet tropical aroma that can be used around the house in surprisingly useful ways. Instead of tossing it into the trash place, the pineapple peels into your air fryer basket in a single layer. Set the temperature to 100 degrees Celsius or about 210 degrees Fahrenheit and let them dry slowly for around 1 hour. As the peels heat gently, your kitchen starts to smell amazing. The natural fruity scent becomes warmer, softer, and almost like a tropical candle. By the end, the pineapple peels will be completely dry and lightweight. Once cooled, they can be used in several simple ways around the home. You can place the dried peels into a small fabric pouch to make a natural closet freshener. The sweet scent works beautifully inside drawers, wardrobes, or even shoe cabinets. It gives a light, fruity smell without needing artificial sprays. They also work surprisingly well inside the refrigerator. Just place a few dried pineapple peels in a small open container, and they help absorb unwanted odors while leaving behind a fresher smell. It's one of those little kitchen habits that feels satisfying because almost nothing goes to waste. From the fruit itself to the juice and even the peel, every part can still be useful. The next method will make your vegetable plate look softer and more elegant, like a multi-layered flower blooming right on your table. First, prepare a cucumber and slice it diagonally into thin pieces. This cutting style makes each slice look longer and more visually appealing. Then cut each slice in half lengthwise to create smaller pieces that are easier to arrange. Next, start placing the cucumber along the outer edge of the plate. Slightly overlap each piece and tilt them a bit to create a fan-like effect. Once you complete the circle, you'll notice the outer layer looks soft and dynamic instead of stiff. After the cucumber layer, move on to the carrots. Slice the carrots into thin, even pieces for a cleaner look. Then arrange them in a circle inside the cucumber layer. The bright orange color adds a vibrant contrast, making the plate more eye-catching. Next is the third layer. At this point, the space in the center of the plate is smaller, so slice the cucumber into thin rounds instead to make the pieces more compact. Then arrange these slices into a smaller circle inside the carrot layer, continuing to slightly overlap them to keep a smooth, connected look. Finally, the center is the highlight. Take a tomato and carve it into a flower shape. With a bit of careful cutting, you can create petals that look like they're blooming. Place the tomato flower in the middle, and you'll see the whole arrangement come together beautifully. Do you think this method is easy to follow? If you try it, what vegetables would you choose to match your taste?